Hey, it's Alex. This is devlog number 7 for Red Hot Vengeance. Now, while most of what I've been working on between this video and the last one is it's mainly a new level, and I don't want to spoil that, so instead I'm going to be showing you the new features I've added, and there's a lot of them, so I think we're just going to get right into it. The first important addition since the last video is the enemies now have the ability to carry the two-handed weapons. So now they can carry the shotgun and the assault rifle, and whatever other guns I add in the future. I had to make a lot of new animations for them, for like running, reloading, taking damage, and stuff like that. I also had to rework some of the parent code so they could easily inherit things from it, like the code that handles which animations they use. That used to be hard coded, but now they all use like instance variables that determine the correct animations to use, and that helps get rid of some redundant code as well. A quick little thing I added is the ability to pan the camera around, like in Hotline Miami, for example. Originally I wasn't going to bother with this because I thought it wasn't really necessary, but it became more apparent that not being able to see was going to be like a real problem, mostly because you have very limited vision around the bottom of the screen due to the camera angle. So on keyboard, you can pan the camera by holding shift and the camera will move toward the mouse, kinda. On controller, you hold R3 and move the right stick. It is kinda awkward that way, but I've pretty much used every button on the controller, so I can't think of a better way. Hopefully it won't be too bad because you're not going to be constantly using this feature anyway. It's mainly just for scanning the level and seeing what's ahead of you. I've also done a lot of work on the options menu, and it's pretty much done. Under game, we have a number of things, including crosshair options, different styles of crosshair there, as well as the option to disable the dynamic feature. In keyboard, we have fully rebindable keys. Gamepad has a few gamepad options, including some limited rebindable stuff. Like you can bind all of those things to either like the face buttons or to L1 and R1. And there's also an option to swap the analog sticks and triggers if you want. Audio I already showed in an earlier devlog. It's just the audio sliders, you know. Under display, you get several resolution options, a full screen toggle, a VSync toggle, and 2 levels of anti-aliasing. The resolution settings currently range from 720p to 1080p, but I'm planning on adding 4K options. I don't own a 4K monitor or anything, so I probably won't be able to test it properly, but we'll see. Hopefully it'll work. Performance has a few options that might help if you're getting bad frame rates, like you can disable certain particle effects, you can make corpses and magazines fade, and you can enable legacy doors, which is those are the old doors that I added before the new dynamic doors that I showed off in the last video. So yeah, you can enable those if you want. Now I also added a pause menu with the option to restart the level or quit back to the main menu. And of course the options menu is fully accessible from here as well. More recently, I just finished making a new type of wall that has like a window frame in it. Like the other walls, I can just stretch it out as long as I want, giving me more freedom in level design. Now that I have this, I went back and revamped one of the old levels. I added windows to this one room, and they give you more options on how you want to take these guys out, so I kind of like it. There is a second floor to this level, by the way, but like the other level, I don't want to show too much. I think it's better for you guys to play it for yourselves and figure out the strategies. I'll probably show more levels in the future, though. Okay, now the last major addition is I added NPC civilians. Here they are in a test map. They're kind of built like the enemies. Some of the code is inherited from them, but I had to write a new AI script. Luckily, they're a lot less complex than the enemies. They basically just pick a random spot away from you and try to like run away. Yeah, I'm going to be using these guys to populate some areas where it makes sense. I made them for the current level that I'm working on, which I didn't show, but it's an apartment complex. And I do have a level planned where part of it takes place inside of a restaurant. There's no penalty for killing them either, so you can just go crazy. But yeah, aside from all that, I did a lot of work cleaning up on the player's code. There's some redundant code, some code that didn't, it was kind of inefficient, and some code that didn't even need to exist. But I cleaned up most of that, including rewriting the entire shooting script, which was very inefficient, so it was good that I cleaned that up. But yeah, I think that's it for this video. Between now and the next one, I'll be adding in the rest of the weapons, and I'll be adding in some sound effects where they're missing. But until then, see you later.